The 40th day after his birth, the All-Holy Virgin brought her divine Son into the Temple of Jerusalem, in accordance with the law, to dedicate him to God and to purify herself. Even though either the one nor the other was necessary, the lawgiver did not want in any way to transgress his own law, which he had given through Moses, his servant and prophet. At that time, the high priest Zacharias, the father of John the Forerunner, was serving in the temple. Zacharias placed the Virgin, not in the temple area reserved for women, but rather in the area reserved for virgins. On this occasion, two very special persons appeared in the temple: the elder Simeon and Anna, the daughter of Phanuel. The righteous Simeon took the Messiah in his arms and said, "Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, according to thy word, for mine eyes have seen thy salvation." Simeon also spoke the following words about the Christ child: "Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel." Then Anna, who from her youth had served God in the temple by fasting and prayer, recognized the Messiah and glorified God. She then proclaimed to the inhabitants of Jerusalem the coming of the long-awaited one. But the Pharisees who were present in the temple, having seen and heard all, became angry with Zacharias because he had placed the Virgin Mary in the area reserved for virgins, and they reported this to King Herod. Convinced that this was the new king spoken of by the Magi from the east, Herod immediately sent his soldiers to kill Jesus. In the meantime, the Holy Family had already left the city and set out for Egypt under the guidance of an angel of God. The feast of the meeting of our Lord in the temple was celebrated from earliest times, but the solemn celebration of this day was established in the year 544 AD, during the reign of Emperor Justinian. Speaking about the gradual spread of the celebration of Christ's nativity, St. John Chrysostom said, "Magnificent and noble trees, when planted in the ground, shortly attain great heights and become heavily laden with fruit. So it is with this day. It is also the day of the meeting of our Lord." From the beginning this day was commemorated among Christians, but the solemn celebration began in the time of the great Emperor Justinian. During his reign, a great pestilence afflicted the people in Constantinople and its vicinity, so that 5,000 or more people died daily. At the same time, a terrible earthquake occurred in Antioch. Seeing man's inability to prevent these misfortunes, the emperor, in consultation with the patriarch, ordered a period of fasting and prayer throughout the entire empire. And on the day of the meeting itself, he arranged great processions throughout the towns and villages, that the Lord might show compassion on his people. And truly, the Lord did show compassion, for the epidemic and earthquake ceased at once. This occurred in the year 544 AD. From that time on, the feast of the meeting began to be celebrated as a great feast of the Lord. The tree, in time, grew and began to bring forth abundant fruit.